welcome to a special year-end episode of Badminton Unlimited. On today's show, we spend the day with Australia's top doubles star, Gronya Somerville. 24-year-old Somerville resides in Melbourne with her mother. Her father, who hailed from Guangzhou, China, passed away when she was 3. Somerville was later thrust into the limelight and particularly gained a lot of attention in China when it was discovered a few years ago that she is a 5th-generation descendant of Kang Youwei, a renowned Chinese scholar. But more than her famous ancestry, Somerville is a serious badminton player, as a 3-time winner on the BWF World Tour. Along with doubles partner Sitayana Mapasa, the duo is well placed in qualifying for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Let's find out more about Gronya Somerville and her life away from the courts.
Hi, I'm Gronya Somerville and welcome to Australia. Today I'm going to show you what a normal day in my life is like here in Melbourne. I'm going to take you rock climbing, show you around the city and invite you back to my home. As a professional badminton player, it's always work first. Time to hit the gym. This is Stuart Mitchell, my strength and conditioning coach, and today he'll be talking you through my strength session.
At the moment, Gronya's working through some ankle exercises. Badminton requires a lot of change of direction, need a lot of strength through the ankle, so doing some proprioceptive stuff to start with. So Gronya's just doing some skipping as part of our warm-up. So skipping is a really good way of increasing ankle stiffness, which is really important for quick change of direction, and some ankle strengthening as well. It's harder than it looks. This is called another sort of ankle stiffness exercise, and we're working on that horizontal movement. So again, really important that Gronya can get in and out of position really quickly, and this helps her develop that quality. Gronya's doing some landing mechanics, working on just getting used to landing in different positions. It's a more injury prevention exercise, so around reducing risk of knee injury, so ACL, MCL injuries. So we're just working on some loaded power exercises now. So we start just with bar, and then over time we'll add load depending on the time of year. Looks easy, but it feels horrible. Gronya's doing some back squats now. First set, we're going to go fairly deep to load some different muscles, and the sets after that, we're going to go heavier, but higher. So this is very general strength exercise, but pretty much every athlete has to do it at some point. Spot on, good. This is an RDL, or Romanian deadlift. Quite an isolated exercise, working on hamstrings, glutes, so posterior chain. Not necessarily a performance exercise, but more an injury prevention exercise. Not the most comfortable the next day. So Gronya's doing another isolated exercise, working on some calf strength, similar to the stuff we were doing before, but with load, so it's holding some weight, single leg, full range. Done?
Yeah.
Cool.
Gronya, hi.
Hi, how are you
How
going?
you going? Good?
Yeah. This is Anna Damage, my massage therapist, and I try to get treatment for him once or twice a week, more if possible.
And today we'll look at your shoulder, so let's see if we can make that better. So you take your shoes off and stand up, please. We'll have a look. It's not so bad though, it's just a bit thick through that posterior capsule. How does that feel?
It's okay.
So,
A little bit.
A little bit. Where?
Where you're pushing.
Here. Yep. Going to external. Bad.
It's tight there.
So there. Pop your hand behind your back. No pain?
Oh, when I went to push it more,
To the end?
so
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Very right. Take a seat, please. Pop your hands across your chest. Thank you. Oh. Get your thoracic rotation. It's not so bad.
The left side sore.
Left side.
Yeah.
Still going into that same side. Is that where you feel?
Yeah.
Where do you get that?
Here.
Contraction again. Okay. Let yourself slump. Slump. Yeah, you've become rotated again. So that's why. We'll fix that. Cool. Athletes like Gronya, particularly badminton players, using their shoulders a lot, often require a lot of back work and shoulder work, if not lower, elbow, wrist, forearm. But then the soft tissue gets pretty tight on the muscles, if you like. So part of what we do is help sort of relax some of the muscle tissue, but also help the shoulder function a bit better. To be honest, do they get injured? Yes, they do. And it's impossible to remove injuries. It doesn't matter what people may think. If you don't want to get injured, just don't be an athlete. Everything that we do is to restore normal range of movement for Gronya. But she's a bit special because of her hypermobility, meaning that she's got a lot of movement through her shoulder joint, and we're always struggling to find a balance between stability and hypermobility. We can't treat her too hard as well because she would be too unstable. So she's one of these rare people to be very dedicated to what she does. But like many athletes, they're all a bit, crazy, and they're all a bit obsessed, I guess, if that's the word. There's a bit of an obsessive compulsiveness about their behaviour sometimes, but that's normal. That's how you achieve goals. Otherwise, you wouldn't make it. There you go.
Now that my massage treatment is finished, I'm going to head to the ice bath for some recovery. After a big week of competition, it's really important to get my body back to normal again, so I like to do water recovery to help aid the muscles. I usually stay in for about 10 minutes, or during a training week I might do 2 minutes cold, 2 minutes hot, and alternate about 4 times. Yeah, it's pretty cold. I think the worst one is when you have to put your hands in though. I think it's set to about 7 or 8 degrees, the cold one, and then the hot one is about 38 degrees. We're here at the Yarra River in the heart of the city of Melbourne. So I was born and raised in Melbourne. I was born in 1995 and have lived my whole life here in Melbourne. I love Melbourne because of its great food. It's such a vibrant city to live in, the most livable city in the world. And it's fresh air, it's beautiful nature, and yeah, just a really nice vibe to be around. Friendly people as well. I started travelling and playing tournaments internationally when I was about 16 years old in 2012. And my first trips to Asia and Europe and those kind of ones were quite a shock to me because I hadn't travelled much before. So being overseas, you know, the different food, the different language, different culture and way of doing things was very new to me. I guess some of the lowest times when I've been traveling for badminton is maybe at the end of a long stint overseas. So sometimes I play some leagues that are 1-2 months, and by the end I can get a little bit tired of being away and missing my friends and family, and especially if I have to travel on my own, then it gets a bit boring and lonely. And now I really enjoy it. I really enjoy getting to know new people and hear new languages and learn about new cultures, and also getting the opportunity to see all these amazing countries while being able to do what I love with badminton. Looking back, I don't have many regrets in my badminton career. I think where I'm at now, I'm really happy with it, and maybe if I was to change something, I wouldn't be where I am. But one of our disappointing times was not making the Rio Olympics when we were so close to actually going. But it turns out that, you know, maybe it wasn't for the best, and it's made us more motivated for Tokyo 2020. To me, the Olympics is, you know, the epitome of what you can achieve in badminton. It's only every 4 years, so unlike World Championships, you know, it only comes around every 4 years, and you only have so many opportunities during your athletic career to be part of it. And it's so unique with its multi-sport events, and especially in Tokyo, it's going to be super epic, and I know they're going to put on an awesome show there as well. So when I'm not stuck inside a badminton court or gym training, I love to catch up with my friends because I don't get to see them nearly as much as I'd like to with all my travel. So come with me and meet one of my closest and funniest childhood friends.
Hey mate!
Hey! How you going? This is my friend Marianne Jessup. We've been childhood friends since we were younger, and then we ended up going to high school together as well.
Yeah, so we used to play tennis together, and I absolutely killed her, so that is why she now plays badminton. So she's really loving. When I'm down, she picks me back up. She's really educational, like academic, but she also has got the sporty side. And she loves to eat, because I love to eat too, so, you know, we're food buddies.
Yeah, so since about mid-2017, I kind of went vegetarian and then more towards vegan as well. It's not super strict because it's quite hard when I'm traveling and not knowing what's available or not being able to communicate like what's in it, that kind of thing. But I try to eat vegan kind of, you know, for the animals, for my health and for the environment. And yeah, I actually turned this one vegetarian. Yes. Trying to get her a bit, decrease the dairy a little bit, but she loves all her desserts too much.
Yeah, ice cream and cake, oh, can't stop.
Can't stop, yeah, won't stop.
No, definitely not. It's pretty cool that Gronya plays badminton. We have like a famous mate, and like, you know, I love seeing like all the comments from these guys from her Instagram page about her badminton. Like, and like, you know, she's just so famous, but like it's weird because in Melbourne, like she can just walk the streets, like she doesn't have guys chasing after her, whereas like that's different in Asia. So that's why I want to travel to Asia with Gronya, because I want all these men coming after me. She likes to pick her fingers.
Well, I'm doing
it
right now.
She's doing it right now. Like I was watching it, I was like,
It's just like a nervous habit. I don't know. I just destroy the skin around my fingers. Yeah.
Thank God for her modelling shots. I don't look at her fingers and stuff.
One modelling thing, it was a close-up on my hand, and they used one of the crew members' hands instead of mine. They're like, oh, can we not use your hand? I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, maybe don't zoom into her fingers, because they are.
Now they're going to be zoomed in.
They're not nice.
This is my thumb right now.
Yeah.
It got calloused during the badminton, and then I've just like destroyed it.
She's very disciplined, she's hard working. She makes time for us when she is in Melbourne. Like she'll be training for like half the day and then she'll come see us. But it's just pretty cool that, you know, all the sacrifice that she makes. Like we'll go out clubbing, you know, to go find guys, but Gronya's out there training. She's like, I need to sleep 8 hours. So we respect that.
Yeah, I mean, my life has to be like pretty structured to, you know, get to where I want to be. So I think, yeah, definitely, I don't know, probably because of who I am, I've become a good athlete. Or maybe being an athlete has made me this way, but either way, yeah, I'm pretty organised, I get things done, and yeah, I try and influence my friends to help get their lives together as well.
But also I do love, like, you know, going and playing badminton and stuff, because she gets to travel heaps, so she gets to see all the different countries and all the different like experiences, and she comes back and tells us about all the food she eats, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
She's waiting till I'm rich enough that I can have like an entourage travel with me.
Yeah.
And then she'll just come overseas for all the like good times and the banter.
Yeah, that's it. Because secretly I am Gronya's manager, but shh, no one knows that yet.
She's not. She's not.
Well, that talk about food has made me hungry. Do you want to get some brunch, mate?
Yeah, let's
go.
More of Gronya Somerville after this short break as she unwinds with a fun workout and reminisces about her childhood with her mother.
When she first played badminton, she said, "Mum, this is what I want to do with my life." And she's been doing it ever since.
Welcome back to Badminton Unlimited as we continue our day with Australia's doubles specialist Gronya Somerville. Before the break, we joined Somerville for a gym and recovery session, and we learnt more about this Melbourne resident through her childhood friend. Let's now see what the Aussie gets up to during her downtime.
In my spare time, I love staying active and hanging out with my mates. This isn't that specific to badminton, but it actually does work your forearms pretty hard with your grip strength, which can help with your forearm strength for badminton as well. One time I did this a bit too much, and then the next day I couldn't even hold my racket. My forearm was so sore, so my coach wasn't so happy. Because I'm traveling so much, it's really nice to come home and just unwind and spend some quality time here at my house. So I have a couple of photos here to show you guys. Starting from when I was a little baby here with my sister, and then spending time with my dad before he passed away when I was 3 years old. With my friend, here on Halloween. This is one photo of me when I was little at creche before I started primary school, when I was cute. A family holiday to China that we did when I was 8 years old. Another family holiday we did to Singapore when I was, I think, about 15. Yeah, so before badminton I did a lot of other sports, the main ones being little athletics, gymnastics and circus. So here there's me on the flying trapeze. And then also on top of a pyramid here. And then I got quite a few medals in little athletics. My favourite ones were the jumping events mainly, as well as hurdling, so triple jump, long jump and hurdling. And yeah, I love spending time with my dogs when I come home because they're so cute and they're just always nice to see them and spend time with them. But they're not this small and cute anymore, but they're still cute. And then yeah, finally there's some badminton ones here. I think this was from under 19 nationals with my old doubles partner. So I think I was maybe 2 or 3 time under 19 national champion. And then this one was with my mum when we won the Australian Junior International, which I think was my first international tournament that I won. Yeah, and this was just in Ballarat, so my mum was able to come watch and support me, which was really nice. So that was all about my childhood, and now let's go meet my mum to learn a little bit more about me. Hey Mum, have a look at these trophies that I won over the week.
Whoa, aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Hey, they got the Melbourne tram, Flinders Street Railway Station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very Melbourne.
And you won 2.
Yeah, mixed
Don't
doubles
usually
and
win
the
2.
women's double.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah, very proud of you.
So Mum, tell me about when I was little. What was I like?
Well, you were almost a bit of a brat, quite precocious and wanting to do everything that your older brother and sister did. Into every kind of sport, music, Australian Girls Choir, learnt cello, violin, piano, and played little athletics, gymnastics, circus skills. She was very good at circus skills, and just started doing basketball. Just started playing basketball when she fell in love with badminton at the age of 12, and hasn't looked back.
Yeah.
Kate said to me on that day when she first played badminton, tried out for the jump smash squad in Altona, she said, "Mum, this is what I want to do with my life," and she's been doing it ever since.
So because badminton's not very popular in Australia, what did you think when I chose it as my sport and passion?
I was pretty surprised because I didn't know much about badminton. I said, well, it's not nearly as prestigious as tennis, not nearly as much money. And she just said to me, "Mum, I don't care about that. I don't care. I think badminton's a much better sport than tennis." You did?
Yeah, I do. I still do.
Yeah.
So how do you feel when you watch me play, and how do you feel when you see me struggling on court or with a loss or that kind of thing?
I get pretty stressed. I feel pretty frustrated, but I try not to show it because her previous coach, her Danish coach, actually told me off for looking too emotional on the court.
And so, I've told you off.
And she's told me off. Yeah, you have. And so I made this big effort one day to not say anything, to not, yell out, to not get too excited. And the coach still told me off because he reckoned my facial expression was too plain, and I was still transmitting feelings. I was trying to just look like a rock and have no emotion. But it's very hard because it's such an exciting sport and because I wanted to win. The saddest time was probably the last Commonwealth Games at Gold Coast, which was heartbreaking because Gronya and Setiana were going for a medal, and in the end they lost the bronze medal playoff because Gronya's partner was injured, and they were both in tears afterwards, and that was very sad. It was very heartbreaking to watch. I felt very sad. I felt very sorry for her and for Setiana.
So if you could change something about me or my life, what would it be?
The first thing that comes to mind really is whenever Gronya comes back from an overseas trip.
I'm moody.
Very moody and grumpy. Yeah, she's pretty
From the travel.
irritable with jet lag, and for the first 2 days when she's back, I have to just ignore her rudeness and her being a bit of a brat, and then she settles down.
I'm sorry for being rude to you when I'm jet lagged and tired and you pick me up from the airport. I couldn't be where I am today without my mum driving me everywhere when I was younger and supporting me the way she has, both with her time, with her, of course, like the emotional support and financial support that I had when I was young. So I wouldn't be where I am today without you.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been a real journey for me, her becoming basically a sort of badminton champion and travelling the world, and just everything she's achieved, all the trophies and goals. It's been fantastic. And it's not over yet.
Yeah. Thanks for following me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what a day in my life is like. And yeah, I hope to have everyone's support in my future tournaments and that you can maybe catch one of my games or two in person or in TV somewhere around the world. And if you want to continue following me on my journey, I'm Gronya Somerville on Instagram, Facebook, WeChat, website, all that kind of stuff. Bye.